You may not realize this yet, but you are an influencer. Yes, regardless of follower counts or brand deals, you are an influencer and you have influence. An influencer is simply a person or thing that influences another, which happens every day. And it's happened long before social media was ever a thing. And of course, in the marketing world, we think of influencers as a person who affects purchasing decisions and is using their platform to promote a product or service. And it works because of this person's authority or knowledge or close-knit relationship with their audience. And this is also true, but all you need to have influence are 4 things: a voice, a channel, experiences, and an audience. And spoiler alert, you already have all of those things. We all have a voice. We all are empowered to share what we're thinking, what we want to say, what we want to write. We have so many different channels at our fingertips and ways to publish our thoughts and put them out into the world to influence others. We all have unique experiences that are valuable. No matter if you're a newcomer or an expert in something, you can still have an opinion about it. And yes, we also all have an audience, whether that's people in your community, your family, your friends, or your social media following, which might just be your friends from high school that you still keep in touch with. It doesn't matter. We are all empowered to build an audience and share what we want to say with them. So yes, even you can make a big difference for brands, small business owners, and customers through your influence. One of the most powerful things you can do with your influence, and also cross off your good deed for the day, is to leave a positive review. I got to thinking about reviews and the power of influence thanks to Dave Portnoy's series, One Bite Pizza Reviews on social media. Stay tuned for this story, but first, some background on Dave Portnoy. If you don't know Dave Portnoy, people either love him or hate him. He is unapologetic, to say the least, and some find him to be really controversial for a variety of reasons that I'm not entirely privy to, but he is undeniably a wealthy businessman with a net worth of at least $100 million, which he earned as the founder of the pop culture website and media company, Barstool Sports. Dave founded Barstool in 2003, initially as a print publication that he handed out on subway platforms and street corners in Boston, Massachusetts. The paper was meant to appeal to an audience of young men, and it took off because it rejected political correctness, and it still does, so it rubbed some people the wrong way. But from there, it evolved into a blog with unfiltered and sometimes crass, borderline offensive approaches to sports and media coverage. So this may not be everyone's cup of tea, but it attracted a devoted fan base and fueled what many would call bro culture. But Barstool Sports is now a multimedia company producing podcasts and videos and even live events, including their inaugural One Bite Pizza Festival in September 2023. So yes, let's get back to pizza. Dave does a series on his social media channels where he ranks and reviews different pizza restaurants around the world. What a fun job. I guess he's not hustling, handing out newspapers anymore. He now just travels and reviews pizza. What a life. With almost 5 million followers on Instagram alone, a simple pizza review by Dave can have a major transformative effect on a small business. And I happened to see this firsthand. I saw a pizza review he did for a shop here in South Florida called Aunt Lulu's Pizza. It's in Boca Raton. And Dave is rarely known to give a score above a 9. And he rated Aunt Lulu's Pizza a 7.8. So that is a really high score by his standards. And after he took his single bite, you could see Aunt Lulu was waiting to hear the feedback, to hear the score, which she was really happy with. And he interviewed Aunt Lulu right there on the spot and reinforced the importance of supporting small businesses. And since then, I've been following Aunt Lulu's on social media, and it's just led to even more content, even more involvement and engagement from their team and on their channels. Now, Aunt Lulu's Pizza is about 18 minutes from where my dad lives. And if you know my dad, he loves pizza. He has been a pizza connoisseur since before Dave was born. And I'm still working on getting him to start his own TikTok. But anyway, I sent him Dave's pizza review. And almost immediately, he replied and said he'd be going there for dinner that night. And sure enough, he did. It was really funny because when my dad got there, they filmed his own video of his review. So they posted that on social media, and he said Aunt Lulu's deserves a higher score. He actually gave it an 8.3. So shout out to my dad for supporting a small business and also being willing to appear on camera and to help in the pursuit of creating content and using his influence. Aunt Lulu's doesn't have the best location, and it really did benefit from Dave's boost with his review. She personally told my dad that in the hours since he posted, she had received dozens and dozens of Google reviews. I'm not sure how many she had to start with or on that day, but she's now up to 416 reviews and a 4.7 star rating, which is major for a small business. Like I can't think of the last business I've seen, a small local business that has over 400 reviews and counting. And this got me thinking, in the context of online marketing, we talk so much about building community, which can sometimes feel like you're trying to unify strangers all across this big old internet and across the country or across the world. But we are already surrounded by community. You can build and make an impact in your community, literally in the area in which you live. It's already there. You just have to support it. So a review is a simple action that can make a big impact. The next time you have a great experience, be vocal about it, amplify it. Take the time to write that review, spread that awareness in your community, and use your influence to help keep a small business owner's dreams alive. You may not have 5 million followers like Dave, but every bit of support helps build trust and credibility for a business, and it really means so much. And if you're a small business owner listening to this, you may think this is easier said than done. Getting reviews can be really challenging. So I put together some things you can do to inspire more of your happy customers to actually make the effort to leave those reviews. So step 1, and this is pretty non-negotiable, but you have to offer a great experience and have a great product, have a great service. You have to provide excellent customer service that is worth raving about in the first place. So take a look at your processes, take a look at your people, your systems, everything that you have in place, and see what you can enhance. Make sure it's something that you're proud of, and hopefully if you're proud of it, your customers will be too, and they'd be happy to rave about it. So, non-negotiable, provide excellent customer service. And then step 2, groundbreaking advice, ask for reviews. Encourage your staff to ask customers if they'd be kind enough to leave a review. Build those relationships with your customers, and they'd be happy to do you this favor, especially if they feel like they've gotten to know you and you've taken the time to see them and acknowledge them and provide them a great service. Next is make it easy for customers to leave reviews because we're busy people. We're all busy going a million miles a minute. So have an opportunity for them to scan a QR code at checkout, or if you're an e-commerce business, better yet, include links in your checkout pages or your thank you pages, and include links in your email marketing every chance you get. You'd be surprised. Some people are really generous and want to help by sharing those positive reviews. Step 4, engage with your audience. If someone comments something positive on social media, how can you galvanize that? Shoot them a DM to ask if they'd be willing to share that same comment or elaborate on it with a Google review. And then when you get that review, either positive or negative, respond. Positive or negative, you have to respond. This shows that you value customer feedback and are committed to always bettering your business. And lastly, step 5, foster a culture within your business where reviews are valued and they're celebrated amongst your team. So recognize and reward those employees who excel at customer service, and you see their name pop up in customer reviews where people leave stories about the impact or the interaction they had. Contribute to that positivity and celebrate them with your teams, and even consider offering incentives for those mentions and for making those types of impacts. So, I hope this episode inspires you to spread a little kindness in your community, online, wherever it may be. You really can make someone's day, and I promise it means the world. So, if you like this episode and you feel so inclined, it would mean a lot to me if you left a review on this podcast. It is my pleasure to bring it to you and, to share our passion for marketing and pop culture. It's been a while since I've done a solo episode like this, but I just had a lot to say about this topic, had to talk to you about pizza, and it feels good to be back on the mic. But I'm always so grateful for my guests who come on and share their expertise with us. So more to come. This is just the beginning. But also, this episode is brought to you by Klaviyo, which is your go-to platform for smarter email marketing, SMS, reviews, and so much more. They just introduced Klaviyo AI, which sets the stage for smarter marketing decisions that help your brand make more money with less effort. With features like segment creation, form optimization, predictive insights, and more, Klaviyo AI empowers you to make informed decisions and puts your marketing data and audience insights into profitable action. So check them out. It's all linked in the description. And as always, thanks for listening. If you're a fan of this podcast, be sure to subscribe, or better yet, leave a review. For marketing wisdom with a pop culture twist sent straight to your inbox, sign up for my newsletter at briannefleming.com/newsletter, or find me on Twitter at Brianne2K. As always, thanks for listening.